Hey everybody, Jonathan with the Token Forum. I'm here today with Neil and Dom from CoinMe. Super excited. They're both going to be involved at Token Forum speaking and moderating, and I thought it'd be really interesting for you to get to know them a little bit better. So I'd love to have Neil introduce himself real quick.
So I'm Neil Berquist, co-founder, CEO of CoinMe. We're a blockchain technology company really focused on disrupting financial services. We run a network of crypto ATMs across the U.S. and also have crypto advisory services, so individuals can buy and sell and store digital assets in a safe, secure, and easy way.
I'm Dom. I'm the director of marketing, so everything that Neil just said, I make sure that people see that and join in on our mission.
Nice.
So.
CoinMe is actually also one of the sponsors. We're going to have ATM at the event, so you can buy Bitcoin. It's pretty exciting if you haven't done that. The user flow on that is actually probably the best I've seen. What are the fun things or interesting things that's going on at CoinMe right now?
We're still rolling out machines right now, so it's really exciting to bring crypto ATMs into new markets that otherwise wouldn't have a machine before, or really an easy way to buy and sell digital assets. So rolling out actually some more in Washington State here, which will be announced later this week maybe. So it's always exciting bringing those out. It's interesting how deploying a machine in maybe a smaller mid-level town tends to get a lot of kind of local buzz and press about it too. So it's just really fun being on the front lines and building awareness for the crypto economy and the advantages of having a position and then also how people can use it to solve real world problems like remittances and just having a store of value. So really fun just continuing to build awareness, even though it's 2018. There's still a lot of people that are unfamiliar or maybe misinformed when it comes to cryptocurrency. So it's always good to be building that awareness and education, help people get it.
Dom, I'd love to, one of the panels, or the panel that you're going to be moderating is the social impact of blockchain, and I know there's a little bit of that mission is involved with CoinMe. I'd love for you to kind of share that with people as well.
Yeah, definitely. One of the things that we talk about here at CoinMe, our mission statement is Together We Rise, and it's that idea that we want to be able to offer an on-ramp to cryptocurrency to everybody, no matter what your background is, no matter where you might be from. Cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, Seattle. We really have a wealth of riches here and the ability to see these technologies first. But like what Neil was saying, we've put machines in cities like Fresno, cities like Escondido, cities like El Paso that are not, up at the top of the list of, the first technology type cities. And we've seen that people have really enjoyed that. People have taken advantage of that. This idea that, you don't have to have a lot of money to get into crypto.
Right.
You don't even need to have a bank account, right? There's a lot of people out there that are unbanked, people that have been locked out of the current financial system. And one of the things that we're very passionate about is giving people that opportunity to be able to get in to what we believe is the future of money. And so, speaking about the social impact, we pay a lot of attention to that, I guess you can say. And I'm very excited to be able to speak at Token Forum with 4 companies that are doing that as well in different areas of our world.
Very cool. Very cool.
A lot of opportunity on the social impact front, and I know we're just at the tip of the iceberg for what is possible. I mean, most of the developed world has pretty good access to cryptocurrencies to use them in our everyday life, but once you start getting into the developing world, that's when you really could start seeing the needle move. And money is even a safe store of value, being a human right. And you look at a lot of countries who try to provide that service, and they've failed, in a very public way.
Definitely.
Many have. So giving people alternatives, additional options, additional security, I think it's going to be pretty amazing to see the social economic impact of that.
Definitely. I know a lot of people think, when they think CoinMe, they think the ATMs, and you touched on this a little bit about the advisory services. Mm-hmm. Hoping you could kind of let us in a little bit of that.
I mean, at a high level, it's you can't call Goldman Sachs, Merrill Lynch, Scottrade, Fidelity, you name it, and buy digital assets. So I think it's kind of interesting how one of the best performing investments of the last several years, you can't even call your investment advisor to purchase.
Right.
So clearly there's an opportunity for us, and really we've just responded to demand from customers saying, hey, I want to buy $100,000 of Bitcoin, can I do that? And we figured out how to do it by just adapting our KYC and AML program to allow for that. So essentially, we go out and educate individuals about digital assets,
Very cool.
cryptocurrencies, and help them understand the risks associated with them, and then also help them understand, potential future projections for those digital assets. So once people just understand it, then it makes sense for it to at least be a percentage of their overall portfolio. We're not saying make it your portfolio,
Right.
but at least have it be a piece of it.
Yeah.
I think that's fair for any new kind of investment class. It's always good to touch it, feel it, and I think that's really one of our big pieces of advice is, if you want to get comfortable with it, just buy a little bit of it.
Right.
You can read all day, analysis paralysis, and the market's going to move left and right, and you may not understand it, but once you buy it, then you're just more connected to it. You read more, you understand
Definitely.
it more, you understand it technically because you went through the process of buying it and storing it.
Definitely.
And then you don't be upset, when you look at your app and see the price, and I was going to buy that, X number of months ago and I never did.
Totally.
So yeah, it's still very early, and I think with a fixed supply and continued global awareness and a lot of the things on the horizon, I think it's still a very good product to purchase and have in your portfolio.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'd love to close with you guys about Seattle, right? I know both of you are very bullish on Seattle as being a blockchain hub, and I know CoinMe does a lot of things in the community as well to build that awareness. So I'd love to hear from both of you. What are your thoughts about the Seattle blockchain community and just blockchain as a whole in this area?
I've said this a lot. I have been blown away at the level of deep community and people that work together in this city. In any sort of industry, it's very easy to get hyper competitive, right? It's really easy to be like, the only way we can win is if others fail. And I have not really sensed that at all when it comes to blockchain companies here in the city. Everybody is really interested in working together on believing what this tech can actually do, believing that we have the talent here in this city to be able to take it to the next level. And the amount of, you go a year ago this time, there was no blockchain events that we would have at all. And now not only are we having like weekly events, some of which we host here, but we're having, high level conferences that are going to just take it up that next step. That's going to create this, I hate to use the word synergy, but it's way too buzzwordy. But I mean, we really are creating that. It's a great ecosystem here, and I'm excited to see how it continues to grow.
Definitely. Yeah. Kudos to you,
Thanks.
for doing the community effort. I think we all, being from Seattle, really want Seattle to have a stake in this game. And since crypto is wherever there's an internet connection, it's global. And so for Seattle to really get out on that global stage, I think that in my opinion, I think one of the biggest opportunities is really just to educate local individuals about crypto, blockchain, the technology, the problems that it solves, and I think that will transpire into inspiration, additional learning, and then more engagement. There's a lot of phenomenal talent here. There's enough capital here to make things happen. We just have to activate it, because I think there's, as of at least right now, a lot of it's still on the sidelines, just watching cautiously. With our cautious nature, which is good, but, we're also entrepreneurs and need to understand it and feel comfortable enough to take a risk to jump in, either as an employee or an investor or a founder in something new. So I think it's definitely, now's the time to take a more active position in this, and I would encourage anyone, to get more involved any way you can.
Yeah. And it's definitely one of those things where, like, hey, helping out locally also helps out globally, right? Well, that's what's pretty interesting about it.
Absolutely. Think globally, act locally.
Whatever
the
saying
phrase
goes.
is, I'm not sure.
Well, all right, Dom, Neil, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us, to get to know the Token Forum community. We're really excited to have you both there. Again, there's going to be a CoinMe ATM there, so bring your cash and bring an ID and you can buy some Bitcoin. And we'll see you this week, Thursday, August 9th, at the Columbia Tower Club for Token Forum. There's a limited amount of tickets left. We have about 20 tickets or so left, so encourage you to buy soon at thetokenforum.com. Thanks so much, and see you then.